All right, ladies, this is Alex for Mindful Attraction 2.0. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about why some men will never fall in love with you no matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. He will never fall in love with you. And this is one of those videos that it's a little bit difficult to understand because the reality could be a little bit bitter, because it's not easy. It's nothing's worse than knowing that you're never gonna somebody that you want is never gonna want you as much as you want them. You know what I'm saying? That shit is very depressing. And a lot of the times when I'm coaching my clients, a lot of the times I have to let them know, hey, look, hey, like this guy's not for you. You gotta let this guy go. And all the time they always say, oh man, and you know what? I understand because it's not easy knowing that somebody that we like so much doesn't see what we see in them and doesn't see the potential, but that's part of life, right? And so one of the most difficult parts about learning all of this and improving your dating life isn't learning how to make men love you as well. Is understanding the hard truth that some men just won't love you. That you could do the right thing and it's still not going to work out. I learned that through learning how to pick up women, Also, but just to let you guys know, I also wrote a book called The Chase. It's on Amazon right now. You can see the book on the description below. You can buy it there. It's $9.99 and it's an amazing book. It's been 5-star rated, all right? I'm very proud of myself, and I'm writing another one called The Book of Meditations, where I teach you guys some of the meditations technique that I use on my own. All right. So with that being said, if anybody needs one-on-one coaching, just go to mindfulattraction.org/anygamecoaching, and you guys will be able to get coaching by me one-on-one. Yeah, me and you will be talking on the phone. Okay. And I have weekly coaching, monthly coaching. All right. That's also another service that I have. It's called Coach in the Pocket, where you'll be able to contact me on a 24/7 kind of basis. All right. Anyways, let's get started. So some men won't love you. So let me tell you some of the factors that no matter what you do, it will never overcome the fact that when these things are in place, there's just some things that you just cannot control. You know what I'm saying? So one of the factors why some men will just never fall in love with you is values. No matter how compatible you guys might be, if you guys have different values in your life at the current time, you guys are just won't be a good fit, and he might not fall in love with you as a result. He might want to just meet a lot of women. He might just have been out of a divorce, and he just wants to meet a lot of women now to overcompensate for the years of being with one woman, right? Or he might be a young guy and he doesn't want to commit, and you want to commit, And the thing is that no matter what you do, and no matter what tactics you use, you can never change a man's value or a person's value in general. It's like trying to force somebody to quit an addiction. It has to come from within. You could inspire them to, but it has to be in there. The seed has to be in there, right? So something that you guys have to understand is that only life will make somebody change. Their own decision making, their own chemistry is going to make that change for them. It's almost like a nurture versus nature kind of a debate. But somebody in their life dies and suddenly they realize they don't have a lot of time, and they may start valuing close and committed relationships now, or suddenly he might notice that all his friends are dying, and as a result, he notices that having a woman with him gives him some security when he gets older, having somebody to be around them when they're older, and they see the value in the commitment, and suddenly it switches. But there's nothing that you can do to influence that, and the more you try to influence that, the more counterproductive it might be. Right. So that's one thing. The thing is that it has to come from his own. Oh man, my back hurts, man. I've been sleeping on a horrible mattress. So that's one, the values, right? The second thing, you remind him of himself, right? And this is a little off, but I kind of wanted to put that in there because to help you realize that. Because I'm also explaining to you how men fall in love as well within the structure that I'm giving you, right? When you remind a guy of himself too much, something that's very interesting about people is that you might think that you want to date the version of yourself, right? Who you are. You might think that's who you want to date. But the truth is that that's kind of like the opposite, because we all sort of hate ourselves in an unconscious way. A lot of self-help is reality, is self-hatred manifesting itself and cloaking itself as self-love. We want to improve ourselves, not because we love ourselves, but because we want to shed this negative exterior that everyone is rejecting. And because everyone's rejecting it, we don't want it, so we want to change out of hatred. You know, most people don't do self-love out of love. We want to change because we want to improve this organism called me. I want to give it a better life, not out of self-hatred. Anyways, so a lot of people have that self-hatred, and so, you know, they may not like their traits that much and stuff like that. So when they see that trait in somebody else, they might think they'll like it, but they'll grow tired of it after a while. You know what I'm saying? You might secretly hate yourself, and if you see that trait in somebody else that you hate in yourself, you might feel repulsion towards a person and see them in negative light. You know, because they remind you of you in some way. You sort of are annoyed by them, and you might see them in a negative light as a result of it. It's very weird. It's something that it's extremely unconscious in people. You know, so that's why I said this is a little bit on the offside. The third one, you were rebound, and he's not over his ex, right? And this is the big one, because sometimes a person might like you, but it's because they're hurt. You know, they just been hurt from somebody else, and they're looking for some replacement, to somebody to fill the void. You know, and what's funny is that if you notice that because you're the rebound, you might look like the person they just dated. You know, you might look like the person who just dumped them, or who just cheated on them, right? And as a result, you might think that they'll love you, but they won't really ever love you, because they're still not over their ex. So then they won't really love you. Part of them want their exes back, but they won't really tell you. Heck, they even lie to themselves too, just for their ego's sake, so they don't feel like they're the ones that lost in the relationship. They'll say, I'm good, but deep down, when they'll want to check their Facebook, deep down, they won't delete their number. Deep down, they won't delete them. Or even so, you will block them because you're emotionally reacting to the person, right? And so, when you're with someone and they're not over their ex, I don't know if it's I don't know. It's not that easy to really make them really love you, because their ex will come back and then you lose them. You don't want to be in that pattern. It's best to let, you know, those people be, you know, because it's not easy, because you're dealing with pain. They're using you as a way to self-soothe. It's kind of like not having weed, and because you can't smoke weed, you drink cigarettes. I mean, you drink alcohol. Battery's dying. I gotta charge it again. Yeah, it's about to die soon. So, another one is that the chemistry just isn't there, right? Sometimes, no matter how much you want it to work out, your bodies just aren't for each other. Your brains don't interact well. You know, the chemistry, like the body chemistry, like the way your mirror neurons interact, are just not there. Some people just have a better relationship with them. It's kind of like seeing somebody and then meeting their roommates and then realizing you have a better relationship with their roommates. It's just part of how it is, you know, like you can't do nothing about it. Sometimes somebody's not meant to love you. Some people are not meant to love you in their bodies. But then some people, it just clicks with them. They may not be exteriorly your type, but somehow you guys click. And that's part of what makes people love you. You know, some guys, the girl that guys love aren't necessarily the most beautiful girls, and vice versa. You know, so it's kind of weird how that works. That sometimes it's just not meant for each other, and there's nothing you can do. When you guys are meant for each other, you can use tactics and accelerate the process. But if you guys are not meant for each other, you can use tactics. It'll work, but then it'll be temporary, or it won't even work. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of it, and that's part of it, man. Anyways, it's Alex from mindforattraction.org. Buy my book, check it out. All right. And yeah, that's it. The battery's about to die soon. If you guys need one-on-one coaching, go to mindforattraction.org/coaching and have a great day. Bye-bye.